Hey guys, decided to make a video series because I kind of buy and sell quite a few guns, and I'll get a standard rifle and I will bring in a scope from the States, get shooting right, beat it, stabilize it, get it shooting accurately, and then I will do my ballistics and go out and verify all the chart, and then I order a custom turret sticker to go on the turret and sell them and enjoy that and make a little bit here and there, just enough to buy my clothing and that for hunting. But what I thought I'd do is this is my personal rifle. I just did a 6.5 Creedmoor, which was fun, and traded it for a 7mm08, which was a Savage Weather Warrior, but turns out I did the twist rate check and it was 1 in 11.5, so that was no good to me because that wouldn't stabilise a bullet over 140 grains, which is not really good enough for the 7mm bullet. So I sold that, went down to Gun City and bought this, brand new, and it's a Savage Axis, so quite a very budget rifle. And I thought what I'll do in this video series is pretty much go through from start right to finish over a different series of videos, and try not to waffle on and on and on and on about it, and just go through exactly how I do that with the loading, with the ballistics, and all. It's just the whole process right through the end. This gun's going to be a bit different. So we've got this Vortex Diamondback scope, 4-16, which is cool, good enough scope. So with this rifle we're going to keep it 7mm08 for now, and I've got all these green stickers, and we're actually going to do a load with Reloader 17 and probably the 162 and the 180 grain ELD match bullets, and we're just going to load up until we find our max load, which is when we get pressure science, and after that we're going to start chopping the barrel back. Ideally I would like the barrel to be about 17.5 inches, and then we've got a suppressor to go on it. So we'll see how we go. If I am not happy with the velocity we get, then we will stick the 284 Arena up there and hopefully gain the velocity we need. But it'll be interesting, and I want to try and really clearly lay it out in the videos, exactly what I'm doing now. Okay, so just to go over a few things. We have here the Vortex Diamondback 4-16. It has the parallax. I don't buy any scopes that do less than 15 MOA in a turn, just because I find them annoying. So when you're dialing, you don't want to be dialing 6 MOA at a time because you just feel like you're winding forever. There's a few things that we're going to do is check that. Yeah, that trigger is set to about 13,000 pounds. You can barely pull it. So we'll be adjusting that as well. And I'll go through all of that when we get there. First thing you want to get when you purchase a new rifle is this. This stuff here. Come on. Don't go past that. You can find that at the Terminal Ballistics website. These are fantastic and pretty affordable, and they go so rock solid, and I've never had an issue with the bedding on them. So that's what I'm sure that you can use other things, but that's personally what I use, and I really like them. So I go and I buy one of these, so a bedding kit. I also buy a stock stabilizing kit for the cheap stocks they put with them. And this stuff, this is very, very hard to get hold of in New Zealand here, but I managed to get 4 tubs out of the 24 that came into the country for probably a year. Apparently Alien had a big military contract that they were to fulfill, so we just got last. So yeah, Reloader 17, CCI primers, Norma brass. Let's go through the rifle first. We're just going to use some Norma whatever to shoot through it, to run the barrel in, because I'd like the brass as well. And so I'll do a proper break-in, a barrel break-in, so the barrel's totally clean right now. So we'll do 1 shot, clean, 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 clean. Another shot, clean, 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 clean. And then I'll do 2 shots and clean, clean, until the patches are coming out clean. And we'll do that I'll usually do that for around 10 shots. That gives me 10 once 5 brass to start my ladder test. One thing that I forgot to mention, which is the reason why I chose a Savage Axis, was that I went through and measured a lot of magazines and on affordable rifles, and the Ruger American was the overall length of what you could fit in their magazines was, in a short action, was 66 mils, and I already bumped into problems with my Creedmoor, and so I thought, no, I want to buy a rifle that is going to take longer bullets, and figured out pretty quickly that the pre-64 Winchester Model 70s, the claw feeds, they have a long magazine. The Tikka T3, you can swap out the magazine for a long action one and then you're sorted. But I decided that the Tikka was, you're already $1,300 plus swapping the magazines, another $150, that's really getting up there for me. The Savage has a magazine length of 76 millimeters, which is really good. That's an over 3-inch overall length. So that's why I've gone with it. So I can seat these bullets right out. So you can see that's a 140 grain. And there's a lot of room in there already, which is cool. Right, so here we are. Chronograph, rifle. I need to get a cleaning kit. But we'll stick around through, and it'd be interesting to see what we get with some factory ammo out of this 22-inch barrel. Okay, 2.7 on the dot basically, 2.699. Huh, that's actually left a little pressure sign. Factory ammo, that's kind of interesting. But so now we'll just run the patches through, get it clean, because what you don't want to do is bake any crap that's in the barrel in there for good. You want that barrel to, basically what you're doing with that process is you are sort of honing the barrel. So you want a barrel clean, 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 shoot, clean, clean, clean. And that is just going to give you, it's going to give you the most consistent barrel for later on for going downrange and accuracy. So, get the rod and give it a clean. Right, that was the first clean. That was 6 double patches. And that's with premium ammo, so paste to clean it, guys. Just, just do it properly. Like, clean is clean, just keep running until it's clean. And then put your next shot through and do it again. And yep, it might take you a while, but if you're really thinking about going long, the guy that just goes down and says, what do you mean? Mine shoots 3/4 MOA. I never did all that. Well, you could be shooting 1/4 MOA, so just do it. Yeah, But we'll put the next shot through, see what the speed is. Be interesting. I've never really chronographed factory ammo. Yeah, so third shot. Didn't actually get a chronograph reading on the second. I'm not sure why. Maybe I was aiming too high. I don't know. But 2743. So the barrel took one less patch, I believe, to come clean. So it took sort of 5 or 6. But so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to, may as well, while you're just banging away ammo, is we're going to set a target up with a bit of cardboard and just bore sight the thing on and shoot a group as we start going through more shots. Okay, so we've cleaned it out again, and we've got a target set just up the back there. It's 155 yards. It's just because they were leaning there. So we will, we'll put 2 shots through, and I'm picking we won't shoot a very good group because that trigger is just horrendous. But we'll see how we go. Okay, so now we've got our group, and I'm simply just going to zero it for no other reason but when we shoot groups properly later on, that we can actually hit an A4 page. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold where I'm aiming. I'm going to hold it real steady. I'm going to move my crosshairs across until it comes to the line of the group. And then same for going down. Okay. So we'll see, I've got a 2-inch square pad over there. Well, that's what we're aiming at. So we'll see if we can get within around that. Down the bottom there, that's our bore sight. I don't know what that is. It's probably 1.5 inches. Okay, just out of interest's sake. So here we've got a row of patches. Now these patches are not, I cleaned it before that, but just to get the factory oils out of it. That's cleaning after 1 shot. So that patch is clean. You can see out the top here it's black, and it's still pretty black there. Yeah, it just slowly comes cleaner till it's clean. So that's 1 clean. Second shot, black again, but better. It's getting cleaner. Shot 3, nowhere near as black. See that? So, and then by the second patch, it's barely dirty, and the last one's good, clean. So it's interesting that what you're not cleaning out of there is not a lot of it's really powder residue, and it's mainly the oils that come out of the factory, and that's why we do it. So then 3, and then this is 2, 4 and 5 shots, 4 and 5, and then I still have to clean it for those last 2 shots. But you can see black, probably powder mostly, but then comes clean pretty quick. So you can see, so from up here you got 6 patches on the 1 shot, down to 5 patches for 2, or 1 for 3, or so yeah. And the reason I use Norma ammo, I guess, is just because, you know, if you do it with PPU or something like that, you're just going to be cleaning forever, because that stuff is just so grubby. I think it's worth, just for the time, getting some slightly better ammo and doing it with that, because it tends to burn a bit cleaner. Yeah. Right. So here we are in the workshop, same evening. And I just thought I'd go over a few things. I've actually owned an Axis quite a while ago. And I've noticed a few good things that have changed. Well, no, only one good thing really. The only thing I've really noticed is that the original stock, that was not pillar bedded. This one is, and that's good. That's good. That's a plus. One thing I like about the stock that they've done is there's a lot of plastic in here, and they've gone forward as well with the plastic. That's good. So I would say that, you know, if you were just going to use this as a hunting rifle using factory ammo, you'd be fine. This would shoot an MOA just because of the way it's designed. The plastic is a bit hardier than a lot of the other plastic stocks as well, but it's not really going to be good enough for what we're doing. So tonight we're going to try and do the trigger. And we may stabilise the stock as well, and then we'll do the bedding on top of the stabiliser, because once you fill it in, then your bedding comes on top of the stabiliser again. So we'll get onto the trigger, which is very, very simple, but I say that, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this trigger is set to crazy. It must be 9 pounds. I'm just guessing, but that's just crazy. Don't like it. Not going to be good enough. Now, here I've ordered, you can see that it's this little stainless bolt, and that is going to act as our spring holder and our over travel stop as well. So we're going to pull this trigger to bits. Yep, we're going to dig all this out, which they put that in there because if you dig that out, then your warranty is void for the rifle. So, but that's okay, I don't really care. And we'll get into it. I think there's one thing that you cannot do with a trigger, and I believe that filing down this part here would be stupid, because I believe these are hardened, and if you do that you compromise the metal and you end up just wearing through. I don't know, I just don't think it's safe. The way on my last trigger on the Axis I got rid of some of the creep was I actually araldited a piece of stainless hardened a shim on top of this part. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you get rid of 1/2 mil of creep, whatever, but I don't think I'll do this for this trigger this time. Oops. That's one thing you can do to get rid of that creep. This spring here that's got to go, and that simply winds out. So they've used that spring there inside there to make their thread, which I cannot remember for the life of me what this thread is. But this bolt, I just bought it off eBay actually. I think I got 10 of them for a couple of bucks. That bolt is the same thread. I guess I should, yeah, I should really find out what it is, just to make it a bit easier. But that bolt is going to be over travel stop. That is also going to hold a lighter spring on that. Some guys cut these springs down. They start cutting a coil off. I don't really like that idea either. Cutting, filing, it's not really me to a trigger if you don't have to. So for me, I just simply replace it with a stainless hardened spring. I know it's all stainless, it's going to be fine. Then I'm not, yeah, I can take it out and I'm not worried about the thing rusting or I've done anything to compromise it. And so we'll go and source a spring. We'll get this bolt. We'll probably have to cut this bolt. I ordered them purposefully a little bit longer so that I could cut, but basically with some Loctite in there, and you just adjust the bolt with an Allen key until your over travel is gone, and it works really well because this trigger has a lot of over travel. Alright, so trigger, safety's on. It's kind of important. Not super light, but nice. I'm picking it's probably like 2.8, 3 pounds, but I think this is, I didn't have to actually adjust the safety at all. I've checked that and it works really good. So you can see there's still like quite a bit of creep. It might annoy me. We'll see how we go. But I think, yeah, in the video I will put up what that bolt is and also what that spring is. That makes it easy. I think it was about $4 or something to do in stainless, so it was worth it. I also did this little spring here, just because I found that the factory one was just so heavy, and that actually pushes the sear closed, so that made it feel a little bit kind of spongy when it was pushing so hard. But I like that, it's good. There's not a lot of over travel, really. I could do less. See there, we've lost it. Right, so we've lost it. Just back it off just a quarter of a turn. I don't know. Put it more. No, we've lost it again. So I think we're pretty much, that's it. We're maxed out on our over travel. That's cool. So that's the trigger done. Right, so stock stabilisation. Handy for bedding, stabilising, little Dremel. You can do it with a chisel, just will take you a bit longer. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, there's little plastic bridges through here. I'm going to leave those there because I'm going to use those as height references, and I know that this barrel is free floating down. I've set this stock up nice and level as well. That's always handy because it just seems to finish up a bit nicer. So I'm going to Dremel in here and I'm just roughing up the edges that are going to be covered. And I'm going to plunge through there just to tie the whole lot together and just give it a bit of a rough surface. Also degrease it too, just so we get a good bind. So, off we go. So let's go get it. Stock stabilizer hardener, stock stabilizer kit, instructions for when it all goes wrong. You can read those. This right, and I will go and find a piece of wood to mix it with. Alright, there you go. So that's not too bad. So dump it all in the pot. So degreased, we've got it prepped. Put the holes through it. Right, give it a good old mix. Now, this last bay here, our bedding is going to come, well, we're actually going to come forward more than an inch, probably going to come about 1.5 inches with the bedding. Reason being is I don't really like this tang back here, the whale tang, this rear bolt system, because it's just metal pillar onto metal pillar with a bolt through it. I guess it's okay, but we're not going to be able to bed this tang at all. So usually I would do a full length, go right down into the tang area, and it would be really nice, a nice solid, base. But you can't really do that. So I think on my last 308 Savage Axis, I actually bedded forward and basically left that screw out the back pretty much loose. So it just nipped up in there while the front one was doing all the work. It worked really well, but it's just different design. So mix that real good, and also I'm just gonna let that sit there for just probably 5 minutes, just to let the air come out to the top of the mixture. You can see it, all the air bubbles. I just want them to bleed out, just so I get a really nice looking job, because I don't want all those air bubbles in here as much as I can help it. So let that sit there. Alright, so we've let that sit for a bit. We'll pour it in. A little end bit's going to be kind of tricky. That's okay. So I get the pot and just bend over a nice sharp little point. I'll start here. Now I'm going to underfill this one a little, because I want to get a lot of bedding compound to sit on top of that. I don't want to be too high. And so I can make a good plasticine dam when I come to bedding it, but not so much that I don't have enough of my bedding kit. Right, this is going to take quite a lot of epoxy actually. So I think this adds, I usually add about 140 grams to the rifle, but I don't really have too much of a problem with it, because where I'm adding it makes the rifle quite a bit nicer to shoot. Not necessarily carry, but shoot. Because the weight's going over the front, even though 7mm08 pretty much has no recoil. Alright. Well, this is a fairly long stock compared to a Ruger American, which has quite a little, sort of more like a compact stock. Alright, we're starting to fill right up to the top of our reference points there, but because it's nice and runny, it's just doing its thing really nicely. Alright, so this one will just slow that down a bit. What you just really don't want to do is touch the barrel. You don't want to be that close, because that's just a pain. So we're going to stick a little more in this one. Just a little bit more. And that's where we'll probably leave that, so that when we want about 2 mil underneath the chamber around the recoil lug, so 2mm of epoxy gives you good strength. So we've left that there, probably a little, no, that's good. That's it, that's how you do it. So those bubbles will hopefully come up nicely. Probably a little low in this middle one here. It's just really easy and tempting to just accidentally squeeze a bit too much in there, and then it's no good. And you've got a lot of sanding work to do, a lot. So, but no, that's good. Right, so yeah, there you go. You can see I've got a little bit left over, but not too much. Right, and what I'll do is I'll leave my pot just sitting underneath here, and so I can just come back in the morning. That's how I do my bedding mainly. I can just come back in the morning and just keep an eye on how the drying is going, so I'm not pulling it off too early or too late or whatever. But yeah. Alright, so that's the stock stabilised, which is good to do. That just means that when we put the rest of the gun together, we can just check that we're all free floating, everything's great. So today we ran the barrel in. That didn't take very long. Well, the cleaning takes a while, but after doing that, 150 yards, got it on just on a page, just so that, yeah, just makes it easier for when we're getting ready to do load development. We've done the trigger. That's all sorted. So I've cocked this trigger and fired it about 40 times just to make sure we're cool. No, I'll do it upside down, I'll do it this way, I'll do it all the rest of the ways, just so I know that I can go in the field and everything's going to work really well. So the next thing we need to do, which will be another night because it's getting late, the next thing we need to do is the bedding job, which is important as well. So after we've done the bedding job, we will then go on to doing a ladder test, I believe. So yeah, bedding job next time. Looking forward to that. I love bedding rifles. It's cool.